Edith's side.
But the older I get, the more I can see where my mom was coming from.
Oh.
Her dad had been pretty strict, but it wasn't enough to save her brothers. She was just trying to do better.
He died at 1? So are these Sam's children then? Sam and Kay had Gus and Gregory. He died at 13. Holy fucking... How has this family survived? Genuinely. How has this family survived anything when they all pass away so young?
She lost 2 of her brothers, just like I did. I get why she tried so hard to protect us.
Sanjay Kumar. He was outside the family. So who does Sanjay marry? Dawn?
We never found Milton's body, so my mom insisted we were putting up a monument, not a tombstone.
What's that, a torch? Or is that her dad? Oh yeah, it would be. So she wouldn't be a Finch.
There's so many things I wish I could ask my mom now. Part of me thinks
Is her mum
this is
Dawn?
what she wanted all along.
I feel like
For
it
me to
is.
come back someday and find everything out for myself. But looking
This
back
is a
on it
nice
now,
eating place.
if she told me there was going to be so much climbing, I never would have come when I was 22 weeks pregnant.
You're what? You're 17. 22 weeks. Holy shit. America. Here we go.
I never met Grandpa Sam, but I think he and my mom had a lot in common. They were both pretty intense.
Did Sam die before she was born? Oh, he did. Who's this? Oh, Sam. I'm gonna figure out how he died. Wait, no, what? Huh? What? Open it. Is that him? Who was that?
Dawn, I promise.
Oh, it's Dawn.
You'll never forget this weekend.
Yes, sir.
These memories are gonna last a lifetime.
I can't move.
What? Am I gonna have to...
Perfect.
It's gonna rain the whole weekend, isn't it? Please just take the damn picture.
Hey, language.
Oh.
I will never forget this weekend, Dad.
That's the spirit. Okay, got it.
I'm gonna take some pictures, okay?
Just be careful. The camera's older than you are.
What am I taking a photo of? The trees?
You're right, Dad. It's starting to clear up. Still freezing, though.
What am I taking a photo of? Like, just a landscape photo, but then it's all... Or down there. No? There's a cave down there. How do I escape this? Huh? How do I get out?
Definitely should not have
Oh,
drunk
there
all
she
that
is.
coffee.
Hold still while us.
Hey!
That's a keeper.
I didn't know we could go that far left. Okay,
I'm
I
just
just gotta
saying,
find
I'm not
where
always
they
gonna
are.
be here, Don. You'll need to remember this stuff if you want to survive.
I'll be fine, Dad.
If you want to
You know who
survive.
else thought he was gonna be fine?
Some guy who died.
Don, I'm being serious.
I know, Dad. You're always serious. Doesn't being out here make you want to chill out?
Well, to tell you the truth, I haven't been out here in 20 years. Don, don't you think you could find something more interesting to photograph?
Fine, I'll photograph the fish.
Last time I was with my brother Calvin. Man, that was a great trip. Your grandpa's Fen taught us how to fish. How to build a fire.
What the fuck do I photograph then?
We found an old logging trail. There were deer. You don't need to waste any more film on me, kiddo.
Oh, god damn it. Game, what the fuck do you want
I
me
bet if I
to
could remember where that
photograph?
trail was, we'd spot a buck for you in no time. Give me a minute to check the map.
Okay. I'm literally photographing everything I can.
Let's see.
This is getting annoying.
Maybe.
Nope, I didn't need to do that one.
Dad!
Oh,
Hi,
there we
John.
go.
Before you take the shot, let me get a picture of you.
A picture of her? Where is she?
Dad,
Let me get behind you.
Do I have to do this?
Don, you don't have to do anything. But if you want to survive, you'll need to be strong. Great shot, Don!
Oh my goodness. That would be a fantastic photo.
I'm proud of you, Don. Always
She's
remember
crying.
that, okay?
Oh, what? I'm controlling him now.
Sorry, Don. Just gotta reset the timer.
The timer? She's like very upset.
Dad, it's twitching. I think
That's
it's
totally
still...
normal, Don. Just focus on the camera. Try not to think about...
Dad!
Is that how he died? Fucking hell.
of all these stories, that's the one I wish most that my mom had told me.
All these deaths are very, like, just accidents.
Sam spent his
Avoidable.
life shooting photos, but Mom said he got nervous being in front of the camera. I guess we're all afraid of something.
What's this? Oh, secret passage. Once again.
After Sam died, my mom and Edie got really close. They'd both lost a lot.
What is this bedroom? That's a pretty crappy secret. Oh, hang on. Go back. Where you going? This is a pretty crappy secret passage because you can just like see it. Look at that. This is a baby gate, baby door, and they have lockers. I guess they're getting pretty desperate for rooms. He's a baby. Divorce.
Dear Kay, do you remember the way Gregory used to laugh when he thought
So
he
he
was alone?
divorced
Like something funny was happening, but only he could see it.
Okay. I'm playing as the
I think he saw
baby.
things the rest of us don't.
Oh, what? Get the plug.
Bartender's over, Gregory. It's time to... Hold on, sweetie.
What? It's so confusing about who I'm
Hello?
controlling at any one time.
Sam, I told you I don't want to right now.
Whee! Oh, I can jump out.
I wonder what he saw.
You know, kids have great imaginations. I'll be like over here so I can get the letters.
What his world was like. It reminded me so much of Calvin.
Oh,
Lost in
I'm
his
stuck.
imagination.
Are they playing that? Oh, what's it called, this song? This is copyrighted. That'd be dumb. Am I supposed to be doing something, or...? I'm coming for ya! No? Don't want to see baby penis. Ah!
I know how silly it sounds.
There we go.
But I worried about a baby being too happy. But I could feel him slipping away.
Sorry about that, Gregory.
I know you did everything you could.
How did he die?
Maybe if I hadn't called that night.
Damn it.
Is this the phone call?
Hold on, I
I
don't...
wish he could have told us
Oh my
about
goodness.
the world he saw.
He drowned? Because it was left on? How does it get left on? She
There's
turned
so
it off.
much I don't understand. About Gregory.
Oh my goodness.
About everything.
I don't know, this feels like the worst one. Maybe because he's like barely alive.
I know what
Only
happened
one,
wasn't your fault.
if that. It's so like goofy and happy. It's so
He'd want you to be happy too.
depressing.
Good luck, Kay. Love, Sam.
They divorced her. I guess Edith left it there. Why? That's so sad. They all
I
shared this
can't
room.
imagine my mom ever writing poetry, and yet
A poem for Gus, who always said the wedding was a bad idea.
And now we
Father
got
never
Gus.
had us kids, at least not very hard, before the day my brother said with teenage disregard that he'd be dead before he'd see a wedding in our yard.
Oh, don't say that, please. His family's cursed. When did Gus die? 1982. This is 5 years later.
My father made him come, of course, but Gus stood far
And how old was he? He was 13.
apart, just flew his kite and bottled up the storm inside his heart.
Storm size heart, yeah. What do I do?
I tried to talk him out of it, but though he'd never met her, "We don't need a stepmom," were the words that I
I now
remember.
pronounce you husband and wife. You may kiss the bride.
So is this a new wife for Sam? Because this would have been after Gregory's death. And Sam and Kay had Gregory, so they were married, so... And someone new, but they're not on the tree. Get that, old you people. What am I looking for? Oh, there we go.
When the time for photos came, Dad ordered him to come here. But Gus declined and as a sign held up his middle finger.
Oh, goodness. Huh.
The wind picked up and panicked geese appeared and quickly went. But all the humans did that day was go inside the tent.
All the humans did that day. Whoa. Take all this
Rain
with me.
came down in buckets then, but no one seemed afraid that nature might destroy the tent our dad had crudely made.
Oh,
The
big
thunder
storm.
sounded much too close and full of angry power. But all my father said to this was, "Make the music louder."
I wouldn't trust that house in a storm like this either. I wish that what? Oh. Oh, fuck.
I wish that I could truly say I thought about you on that day. Out there on the beach alone, just you, the wind, the sea, and foam. But I didn't. Until we found you.
God, so he died out in a storm?
She never talked about him, but
Like
Mom
what?
told me once if I was a boy, they were going to name me Gus.
They must have been pretty close, but she said she didn't even think about him. Probably because she was thinking about that storm. So what happened to him exactly? How did he die? Trying to be a baby. Wow, 100 crunches? Holy shit. You're building some soldiers.
My mom moved up to the loft after her brothers died. At the
Which I
time,
guess is
it was
up
as
here.
far away as she could get.
She has to climb this to get there? Is this it? Oh my goodness. It's very
Religion
small.
was another thing my mom never talked about, but I think it helped her a lot after her dad died. She spent a summer building houses in Calcutta, where she met my dad, Sanjay.
Sanjay's her dad. That's interesting.
My mom moved to India a week after graduation and got a job teaching English. Louis was born a year later.
They moved to India, so they didn't live here after that.
When my dad died, I don't think Mom knew where else to go.
When did Dad die? Sanjay? Oh, we don't actually know. Didn't say.
I'm sure Edie was happy to have her back.
She moved back here.
And to see kids in the house again. The house had to get a little bigger, but Edie was used to that. And for a while, things were good. Almost normal.
Is this home? They like homeschool?
But it didn't last.
Well, yeah, because
The beginning of the end
Milton
was
went
Milton's
missing,
10th
Lewis
birthday,
died.
when Edie gave him a castle.
the beginning of the end was Milton's 10th birthday. What, this castle? Why does Milton have his name everywhere, though? What if he was under the basement the whole time? A different basement. Wow, this is cool.
I think
So
Edie
Edith
was
built
happy
all
to
this?
finally have another painter in the family.
Wow.
Milton Finch in The Magic Paintbrush.
Oh, that's really cute. Doesn't really tell us
I was 4 when Milton disappeared.
much. Wow. I think that'd be worse in some ways than death.
Mom spent months searching for my brother.
Because it's like, there's
Then
a
she
glimmer of
sealed the
hope.
doors.
I think that's pretty scary.
Whatever Milton had found in the house, Mom didn't want it getting out.
Whatever you found in the house. Oh, I can go that way. This is quite a house. Like, the fact that this is all sitting on that is crazy.
Mom definitely blamed Edie, but I think Lewis blamed himself. After he graduated,
For
he
what?
just spent more and more time in his room. Until Mom got him a job at the cannery.
So that's so many cans. So after Milton, she blamed Edie. Is this a boat? This is like such a creative looking house. It's crazy.
Lewis's room smelled very, very familiar.
This is his room?
That part of him lived on.
Legalize marijuana. Oh yeah, you can tell what kind of person he is.
He was so proud of being Indian. I think for him, it was a way to be something other than just a Finch.
Well, they kept the Finch name, very obviously.
Dear Mrs. Finch, as Lewis's psychiatrist, I can understand your desire for an explanation. As I see it, the trouble began in January, shortly after we convinced your son to seek treatment for substance abuse. Newly sober, I believe Lewis
Oh.
first noticed the monotony of his
Let's go
daily
glove
life.
on.
He kept working at the cannery, but he withdrew part of himself. In
If
our
I had to do
sessions, I
this
saw
for 8
the
hours
same
a day,
behavior.
I would be the same.
His mind began to
Yes, what? What do I do?
wander.
Oh,
I asked him to describe it. He said he started small, imagining a labyrinth.
yeah.
He'd feel his way about. Then something moved. Bats. And toads. And things
big
that
dragon.
have not names. He knew it was all in his head. But he took it very seriously. I had hoped he'd find himself.
It's weird doing these two things at once.
But he found something more.
It's kind of how it feels. When you're just like thinking.
I worried about him then. Daydreaming at the cannery. I spoke with his boss. But he said Lewis had become a model employee. Methodical, tireless, focused.
Yeah. That's what it looks
Like a whole new Lewis. So I let him go on.
I had a job like that. Just doing a lot of the same stuff every day. Doing the same thing every day. And yeah, there's like a lot of time to think. And once you get into a routine, because when you first start, you're focused and you. But after a while,
I even encouraged him.
you just start to wonder.
It seemed very promising at first. He told me he'd made a new friend. On the edge of a city he named Lewis Topia. He built the city up slowly, brick by brick. Then he made musicians.
I really like this.
And songs for them to play. He talked about starting a band. And he was always humming something. Every day
Just
his
taking up more and
imagination
more of the
grew
screen.
stronger.
You just gotta like keep yourself occupied.
He no longer
like,
spoke at the cannery,
It's so repetitive and boring.
but his chopping was as reliable as ever. Then one day it struck him
He cut himself
that
on the
all the
blade.
cheering crowds, even the stones under his feet, were all in his imagination, so he could do whatever he wished. He held an election for mayor,
Anyone?
and he won. They begged him to stay, but his mind was already wandering. It became a game for him.
Oh, it's taking up so much of the screen now.
He'd conquer a city, then immediately push on. New Louisville. St. Louis.
St. Louis is already a
He
place.
started drifting away from our reality.
Even the noises become really
Minneapolis, until one day he forgot to go home from the cannery. Even as his mother
to go
pleaded
home.
with him, part of Lewis kept sailing on.
Oh. Why was his mother there? Like, can't they turn the machine off? Or someone can, like, he's just become
In
so
Lewisburg, he heard
disconnected,
rumors of a
disassociated. He heard rumors of a
handsome queen.
handsome queen. She got no safety gear on, that mother. This is a dangerous
The
place.
queen was on her own quest for
Sinister serpents. Sure,
sinister serpents.
we'll go with that. Gotta get the fish. Oops.
He followed the sound of her
Electric sitar. Okay.
electric sitar. His chase led him to a golden palace east of the sun, west of the moon. Even then, his logic remained sound.
Oh, it's like completely taken over.
He knew the world was all in his imagination. But he was so proud of having created it. In his own eyes, he'd become something greater than a king. For someone who'd never known success in the real world, I think it was overwhelming. And then it struck him that the real Lewis was not the one chopping salmon, but the one climbing the steps of a golden palace. My imagination is as real as my body, he told me. It was hard to argue with him.
Go through the little door. A bit more reasonable. Oh. Blood. Are we in the cannery or where are we? Yeah. It's a fish I can see out there. Must be his locker.
He began to forget the world we know.
Why are all the fish being put back in the sea?
I think it pained him to remember Lewis, the cannery worker.
It'd be a bit depressing working in
He
these
began
places,
to
but
despise the man with a royal contempt.
sometimes it's gotta be done. Is that supposed to be Lewis? What am I supposed to do?
I still thought I could save him. Even after he said he was being crowned king over all the lands of wonder. The palace would be packed with his companions. Including the wise Calico who'd insisted on inviting him. His queen waited, do. Bend down his head. And the rest I think you know. Mrs. Finch, your son was a kind man who will be missed by all of us who knew him.
My brother was really cool. I wish you could have met him.
So quiet now.